Hello and welcome back to a brand new video. It's me, Jeff, and today we're making part 6 of upgrading the Roblox JJS map. Sadly, my internet crashed when I was recording, so you don't get that footage because it's not saved. And also, I finished up the basketball court. I said, well, it's not really finished, but if y'all know how to actually make a basketball court, tell me in the comments. I'll look at them. I look at them, you can see. I've responded to a couple people. Also, today we're completely overhauling the cafe. Which means it's going to look a lot better from what it does now. And as you can see, if you can see something different, tell me. If you see something different, tell me. Well, if you saw the sink, that's cool. Yeah. I made this sink yesterday. By the way, this marble color is just the normal complete white. As you can see here. I haven't found out the color for this, so that's why it looks a little off on this one. But I'm sure I will find it. Also, I hate how I can attack air now. Because I'm trying to also make the stuff breakable so it doesn't look completely weird when the cafe is destroyed by like a hollow nuke. Anyways, so Husky Invasion, we were on yesterday. As I was saying, I was making a video. When we were recording, he said you should cover up the old sink with the air fryer. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to cover up this old sink with an air fryer and go with somewhat that design. Not like completely make it that big, but we're going to make it decently big. Oh my god. Okay. Let's try to just give it that base. Right there. I'm at least going to show off me making one of my builds in today's video. So, that's good. We're going to slim this down. So you have space to put your food or whatever. Alright, and then the truth behind that is that's just, yeah, that takes out all the stuff or something. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all tell me what you know. I don't know how a freaking air fryer works, even though I own one. So, great. Okay, let me just take a step back. Air fryers are typically, they're a little bit bigger than this. So let's go ahead and raise this up to about around that point right there. Anyways, I'll get back to when I'm done. Okay, my bad. I didn't finish because I wanted to show off this build. But, something happened, so that's just why I kind of had to do something. Yeah. Anyways, that's not the point. Okay. We're going to take this, and we're going to bring this up to about there. Now we're just going to drag this across. Now, as you can see, the buttons on there are metallic, and, crap. Glitching around here. Anyways, we're gonna take these buttons, but this time, because it's more of a modern air fryer, we're gonna take this and smack it over there. I know the button's oversized, but we can fix that as we go. Crap. And now we scroll down until we find the diamond plate. And that's how the button is. Now we're going to Control-C, Control-V, two other buttons over here. Grab both of them, and making them a dark shade of gray. That one is not wanting to cooperate, so we're just going to go ahead and do this so it actually works. And then we're going to turn it to white. and then down to a shade of gray, which looks pretty good. But what we need to do is now have this front handle open, which I'm thinking we have a touch block or something. Actually, not a touch block. We'll figure it out as we go. But I do kind of want this to open. We'll figure it out eventually. But for now, we're going to go ahead and just grab this back panel. Control C, Control V. Put it right there. And then, like, shrink it down a little bit. Actually, wait. Scrap that idea for now. We can do something that'll look a little bit better. But it'll have no food inside of it, sadly. Well, at least not for now, because we haven't have any operators working this thing. So right there, look at that. And now we take this, Control Z, Control V, bring it down to about there, stretch it across. Ah, crap. Bring it over to about there. Make it 0.5 transparency. Make it glass. So, ah, crap. Glass. There it goes. So now that's there. We can shrink this down as we please. Also, it should not be protruding out like that. So, instead of it looking like that, we have it looking like it's like shrunken in. Also, but like just. And we'll fix it later. But that's pretty decent. And we'll also need to take this, Control C, Control V, size it down a little bit. Turn it to a shade like that. And then that will be the handle. Which you can barely see it, but it's there. And with the sink, that looks honestly pretty good for now on this little area. But remember, we're not done. So we still gotta add more. Well, I'm thinking we add a couple plates around this place and then give it more of an aesthetic than what it already has, because this is not looking great. And then this is not also looking the best, so I'm thinking we put, I don't know. We'll find out, but that looks pretty good right there. That looks pretty good. I actually like that. Also, quick soda. Yeah, I don't know what to do with the rest of this cafe, but I'll get back once I figure out what to do. So, instead of just coming up with an idea, I recolored the air fryer, added a stack of plates and some plates around the place, and then this flower bed, which I'm going to work on. This cafe is so oddly angled right here. It took a while to find the correct positioning. I even had to set this to 1. Which I normally should have set it to 15. But my friend built this arm over here. And some soil. We need to make this look a little bit better. Okay? Oh. Yeah, well, let's get that out of the way. So, I like the idea of this. Not saying I don't. I'm just gonna make it look a lot better. So we're gonna take that. Now we're going to copy and then paste this and put this down here. I know what y'all thinking. You could have just elongated it. I know. But that's not what I'm doing here, is the thing. I'm actually turning it into a bone right here. So let's get one of the notches. Make sure it looks good. Okay, that's one of the notches. Now we can just make this white. But means that doesn't look realistic. I'll just make it slate. And then we'll put it at the center. Control C, Control V. Put it right there. Ah, crap. Keep throwing that thing. So let me put that down there. Grab this. Put it right there. Now we drag this down to about there. Now I take these and I can copy and paste them down here, and then I copy and paste this right there. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. This also needs to be like a grass, so let me make it. Actually, that's just the normal dirt, right? Let me look here. Looking through all this. Rock, sandstone, coil, metal. Oh, he used ground or something. He used mud. Okay, well, it'd probably look a little bit more like it fits if we used grass. Right there. And give it like a darker shade. So this, let's go back to the orange and darken it. And it needs to be quite dark if it's gonna look. Yeah, so I added a bone to this. That looks honestly pretty good for now, until we come back and update it. But I'm not sure what to do with the cafe. Also, if y'all see this Sukuna boss spawn, just make sure you have like a Thanos moveset, or just snap your fingers or something. That's the easiest way I found to demolish him. But that's not the point. What we're gonna do is go up here and work on this little floor up here. No, and I don't think you know where I'm going with this. And if you do, you're a freaking mind reader. But neon red. So if you don't know, there's this thing called karaoke stages. My friend, Husky Invasion, wanted me to make one of these and put it into my build. So that's what we're gonna do. Also, we're just gonna like keep going down the line of colors until we're done, and then those will be the colors that we use. Oh, this carpet's also angled weirdly. You see that? Whoa. Okay. Well, I'm a little busy today, and I don't have a lot of time, so I'm gonna just take out all these, and I'll build that probably next episode. But we're not finished still. We still need something to build, and I think we're gonna go ahead and wait. I forgot to finish the flowers. I'll finish those in a second. But I need to figure out something to build. Give me like a minute and I'll be right back. Y'all remember that lemonade stand from part 1 that I never built? Well, it was built. I just was on a different save slot. So here it is. I still need to fix all this back here. So let me go ahead and fix that. Also, I honestly like how this turned out. Looks pretty cool. Especially, and how it angles down. I really like this build in particular. Also, the 62 people that are subscribed, thank you very much. We're actually building a pretty decent Discord community. The Discord's in my is the link in my bio. The second link, I think, also wrong place. But do you all remember in the women's restroom? There's this phone in the sink. Okay. What if we do some massive flood event or something? I don't know. That'd be cool. But my friends want me to do something in here. I don't know if I'm allowed to do what they want to do, but we'll have to figure that out later. Also, crap. I think TZE's cafe also needs the same upgrades, so let's go ahead and bring those over here. Which basically means let's grab the plate. Let's grab a plate and that. So Control C, Control V. These plate designs aren't the best. And it's only because I was in a rush, so I'll fix those later. But let's put a couple plates around. Boom. So we're gonna put another plate over here. And probably just another plate in this far corner. And then up here. And to make this table a little unique, we're gonna have 2 plates. And then we're gonna put 1 plate on this desk right here. And then we'll probably put food on it. Not sure. Also, we're gonna put up one of these plates in the sink, so at least there's something to wash. And I will do that the same thing in the cafe probably later, but there's now a plate in there that looks like it's floating. So if I see, yeah. Also, I keep saying also, but I keep also saying that. We're gonna take this too. Crap. I think I took both of those, right? Nope. There it goes. And there's this little soda dispenser. Looks like one of those Coca-Cola dispensers you'd see every once in a while. At like a McDonald's or something. I don't know. But we need one of those here. Means this is the soda machine. Also, you can make the hitbox a little bit bigger on this. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I'd say. You know, come over here, grab a drink, chug it, and then leave, you know? That's how it is. Also, I noticed my mistake. So if I go in here. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. There it goes. And then break down the store. The chair's awful, I know. Also, this, I think, is a TV. So, let's see. Yep, that is a TV. Which means this is actually a painting. That is a TV, this is a painting. Now, I hope that's understood. I was gonna make this a cafe overhaul, but I don't have enough time, sadly. We did quite a few things. I kind of flew around the map a bunch. I'm very sorry for that. But, part 7, expect more than what we did here. And, you know, maybe, the flood down there will increase. Also, I might fill this tip jar a little bit. Find out how that turns out. But, I'm gonna go to my avatars real quick. And become Toto. Okay. This is almost a recreation of what I did in part 1, except for the face is messed up. So yeah, here's the outro. Hope y'all enjoyed. Hope y'all have a good day. And until part 7 or whatever video I make next, hope y'all have a great day. But until then, goodbye and see you later.